Testing, testing. Live. All right. We have got ourselves an arena game. It's been a while. I sat out a couple of seasons, but we're playing, and we're playing with the base factions on the Fire and Ice map. Some familiar names here, all pretty good players. It's been a long time since I've played a live game, especially on Fire and Ice, so we're going to see how this goes. To wit, Brown is a little less good than it is on other maps, especially compared to like the base map. Brown is not nearly as strong here, so halflings are kind of an interesting pick. I do like to see them because it means that cultists won't be in the game. Red is a lot stronger on this map than on the base map. Chaos Magicians are often a very strong faction. Mermaids are typically very good here as well, and witches. Gray and black tend to struggle a little more here. Though, I mean, I've seen Alchemists and Darklings both have very good games, as well as Engineers. The one faction that's very bad here is Dwarves. Dwarves are just not good on this map, unfortunately. You can see that, like, they only have 3 natural tunnels available to them, if you can see my cursor. And not to mention, like, their town space is very, very poor. Like, here, this area requires a bridge, or, like, an unfortunate double dig plus, you know, like, some sort of awkward neighbor situation. Like, if you have F5 as part of your town, F5 often doesn't get a neighbor on F4. H8 is kind of like not the greatest hex either for a lot of players. So I don't love dwarves. We're not going to put dwarves in. Witches are in the game. Witches with late towns. Witches are a very good faction on this map. We should take a look at the passing tiles. Temp ship, the worker power, and the priest are the 3 good passing tiles here. Halflings could secure the double spade by taking one of the, like, the crappy 3 power tile, or they could just take the 6 coins. Witches, like, it's because of the air spade in round 2. It's not clear if they prefer like a temple for air 2, or if they prefer like this priest to air or something, because like the dwelling rush for witches is very strong here. If you have access to, like, if no one is interfering with E5 or D9, then you can dig 1 hex for this, and then you also have these other 2 greens just sitting there for you. So it's very good stuff for witches if mermaids don't get put in. If mermaids do get put in, then it becomes tricky. Like, mermaids are a very strong faction, and obviously, like, their natural shipping can create enemies. Like I said, red is a lot stronger in this map, so don't super know. What's a good color here? I mean, blue, as we said, is a good color here. Swarmlings we could put in. I think Swarmlings would actually want the priest. Swarmlings often strand their stronghold on D6 and then try to ship up here for their second town. Like usually I go for a town here and a town up here. Yeah, blue is the color that makes the most sense here, or black, I guess. I guess Darklings could work, but Halflings are already struggling, so I'm kind of leaning toward putting Swarmlings in. They like these early rewards, yeah. And there definitely is some tension in terms of securing your hexes as Swarmlings here. I think witches would be wise to start on D9, but even starting D9 is not like incredible for witches, simply because they could get cut off of E4 if they don't get temp ship to start with. So it'll be interesting. Let's see what happens. As for who I like here, I like Swarmlings. I like Swarmlings and Witches. Even though the two are color neighbors to each other, I think that they're likely the two best factions here. Swarmlings have issues if halflings beat them to B7. So if halflings get early shipping before swarmlings get shipping, then swarmlings have some problems. But to me, I would probably try to like secure B7 and A8 for this town up here. Um, we can probably switch up the menu a little bit here. Now, I do see early action on halflings. That's interesting to me. Halflings can't really take advantage of this air spade without buying a priest, and then swarmlings will still beat them to it, so that's a little sad. However, it is a round 4 digs game. Um, and round 4 digging is quite good for halflings, obviously. The question is just where are they going to expand, what neighbors will they get, etc. Let's see if we can change our layout. Alright, I don't remember where I've saved my file, so apologies for the display. I believe that this ticker on the side keeps more of the action onto the screen, so I'm going to leave it there for the moment, but if anyone wants to have it a little more, you know, concentrated or like viewer friendly, just, you know, let me know. The late towns do feel very good for witches. It's a big reason why I'm bidding them. What do halflings have here? Where are they starting? I feel like my usual starting spots for halflings here, especially in this color wheel, are going to be like C3 and D8. Now, one of the great benefits of halflings in an early seat is that they're a 9 power faction, aka they can secure the double dig at their leisure. However, in this color wheel, that obviously seems kind of challenging. Giants likely will be able to dig through here, so I think that that's quite good for giants. They can get an early shipping town. They can place their other town here, maybe. So, like, the 3-town game plan looks like one in the center, one over here, maybe getting a neighbor from swarmlings or something, and then maybe they just like dig out one with a couple expensive like multiple digs here. So there's one dig here, right? You have 6 digs as giants, so you can use 1 dig here, maybe 2 digs here, and then 2 digs here. That's enough to make your towns, and then you can maybe place like an extra dig here, or here or something to get all the way over to the left, like the southwest of the map, to grab 2 extra hexes. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 natural reds plus 6 digs. Yeah, that's pretty good. Is it still summer weather in New York? It is. We have a nor'easter storm going on right now, so it is absolutely not summer weather here anymore. However, it is very warm where in this apartment, so also good to have you. Yeah. We do get a lot of light in here. We definitely do get a lot of light, and yeah, it is very warm in here. So, but that's specific to this building. Um, I don't know. I mean, I do like swarmlings. I guess the most awkward part is that the passing tiles aren't that good, and that's like one of the big ways that you like to score. The round four digs and the round six towns are also not ideal for swarmlings. Um, Swarmlings are better than giants. I mean, giants have play here. Like, I think the path to three towns for giants is quite clear, right? The thing is that I just don't see this as being a very impressive track for them. Like, I think after round one, you might get like one. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15, and then maybe two towns here, one town here. You're probably making one of your towns early. So I mean, it's like a 25, 30 point, like 25-ish points on the track. That's not bad. But and the temp ship is good for giants. I think that temp ship for giants is very good. So um, one of your big fears, I guess, is that swarmlings choose to dig E3 for whatever reason. I just don't see that as being very good, but that could happen to you. Um, and then your center town is like a lot sadder. Uh, I would probably start by placing G7, which doesn't get a neighbor, but is guaranteed to like have fun stuff going on. Um, I still kind of just like witches the most, though. I'm not sure if you build the witches stronghold this game, in which case it might be a two-town witches game. So it's like I just think it's like a very cool game in the sense that like I don't really know what's so great. In arena, you always expect to get blocked even if you don't agree with it. Yeah, I mean like swirlings digging E3 seems terrible, right? Because, well, I mean, should giants take temp ship? That's a question here, right? I would say that's an open question. Um, I think that giants should take worker power. They always open stronghold. You theoretically could get blocked on the workers action. So that means that witches should get the temp shipping tile. Um, but should and what actually happened are often very, very different things. Like there, a lot of people like to place H4 as halflings. Like I just don't. I just don't love it. I really like double center as brown here, though again the track is not like I love to see like a round 3 or 4 dwelling shipping round, right? Like because brown has such good northern shipping and not incredible town space up top, but um, like this seems like such a good leech spot, but if swarmlings don't come there, you're in trouble. And also like there's just like this weird world where people don't place center as much because they're contesting over here. Like witches try to crowd swarmlings over here, and then I just don't really know what's going to happen here. Um, it's much less stable of a configuration. Like swarmlings are going to get no network points, right? Like that's got to count against them. Um, it's an awkward track, yeah. In the round six towns, agreed. Like swarmlings are going to make like I don't like without the big building tile in the game, you're not going to build this building. I also just don't see this as being like a very good like the lack of workers in the game due to the big building tile also make it very hard to get this. So swarmlings, you're really getting like 9 points off the TPs and maybe like two spades here, maybe three spades. So like that's and then you get like one town here. Like delaying the sanctuary to this point, you can do it. I don't know if it's good. You might have to do it to like try to figure out how to score points. But I usually like to build the sanctuary a lot earlier for swarmlings, and then so it's really not a lot of points. Like unless you can find a third town or something, which I really don't think that you should be able to against these factions. These factions should ship and try to like do interesting stuff. Um, and yeah, like halflings just seem fairly durable. Like they're not going to even if they lose B7, right? They never lose like this bridge town, which they should start on D8 and like just go to work. Um, I think that if I'm bidding halflings, I start bidding on D8. If swarmlings skip D6, then I might just assume that I get to ship around there and then place H4 instead or something. But because that gives you just like better spots to dig in. Yeah, it's super awkward. Um, if swarmlings do place D6, you kind of have to go C3. Otherwise, they might just dig E3 and then take C3 afterward. And yeah, like I don't know if the Witch's Stronghold is getting built this game. Like there's, you could build it here. It does mean that you get a town here, but then do you have any neighbors? Like maybe halflings join you here, but it could take a long time. Um, you're not getting a town over here. Like it's probably like a town like this, assuming that you beat giant somewhere in a town like this. It's not like flawless for witches either. I'm actually gonna bid on giants. No, it still has to be witches. It still has to be witches. I will put in bid on giants after this, and then I think I'll just go swarmlings because I think that swarmlings starting with the priest. It just can't be that bad. Swarmlings starting with the priest. Maybe you just try to either get a spade early or just take a priest action early. Yeah, I mean, like this is one of the better Giants games. So, all right, let's see what happens. If halflings aren't on C3, then we're in a hilarious amount of luck. Um, but we're not going to place G. I don't think we're placing G4. Maybe we're placing G4 and abandoning the center, but I think that we got to crowd our opponents a little bit. Okay, halflings go here, so we're gonna go D6. I think we're going D6 just to be annoying to people. You think this is a solid deal? I think it's a solid deal too. I don't know if I'm getting spades in round 1, so I need to get spades in round 2. So far, as expected. Unsurprisingly, giants are waiting to see if I place here. Like, if they place E2 instead, like that's actually, well, I have to block E3 to make them pay, but this is still decent because witches should get a little less leech. Yeah, Fire and Ice is a very interesting map. It's a lot less stable than base. So I expect to see like a lot swingier scores in general. Like I would not be like Marseille is not like the strongest player, but I would absolutely not be surprised to see like witches or like whatever like just exploding here. Witches likely get temp ships, so I'm not gonna bother myself about this hex too much. And if giants take temp, actually giants taking temp ship would want to dig G6 to get to G7, but it's not happening. So I think I'm just going to let this hex absorb leech, and I think I'm okay with that. We're taking the priest as we discussed. One fun plot twist is that with giants avoiding the center, this actually means that we don't like. This actually means that they don't need to secure C5 in round 1, which means that we are a lot more incentivized to dig D9 and try to take that away from witches. If we can get the single spade. We don't even need the single spade, right? We might be able to get double spade because halflings are on this coins tile. Let's see if witches go for the single spade here. Well, that's funny. This changes things. Should we just go for double spade then? Witches don't even particularly want the double spade, which is funny. I think we just really want single spade for D9 and or the priest. so that we can send priests to like all like sending a priest to any of these cults is very good. Um, and the thing is, I only need 3 hexes here, right? Like we're probably going to make this our sanctuary town over here, and we're not advancing our shipping. Like if we build this TP, right, what are the power actions that are going to get taken? It's probably double spade for halflings, single spade for witches, and then they come over here and annoy me. And then giants probably take workers or something. I don't know. I feel like this still isn't that bad. Either the priest or one of the spades will come back to me. And this might be arrogant, but I'm just going to assume so. Like, I think ending this round with, like, Stronghold Temple is not so bad, especially if I leave, like, a Hex Blue that I can just build on for free next round. Witches getting onto D9 is not a huge deal. I'll turn this Hex to blue. I will try to maybe get onto Witch's Temp Ship and then double dig B7 next round. I'm in the best leech spot, so I might as well just take advantage of it. Giants have a play at double spade, which is kind of fun. I don't think that they have much reason to go for it. It seems quite bad if they do, but it's there for them. Normally I would complain about this player being slow, but I have also really thought through my decisions here. Fire and Ice is just tricky, and we're also new to streaming again, so lots of... I kind of think halflings might take the priest here. If they take the priest in advanced shipping, that's very awkward for us. Though I actually think that there's probably a case for halflings to go double temple, like Earth 1, Earth 2 or something. But I'm curious to see what happens here. Also, a Rorschach test would be like, if you take the double spade as halflings here, right? Which I think that you could justify. Which 2 hexes are you taking? Like, which red are you transforming? You're definitely taking... You could just straight up build D7, or you could hit C5 and then turn one of these 2 hexes to yellow. And if you do turn this hex to yellow, then then giants have very little reason to dig E3, which gives your opponents less leech and also means that you get this like 3 hex town for free. They do indeed take the double spade. Great, that's great for us. We wanted to see the double spade get taken. And yeah, this was the other option. Okay, running out of time is still not good, but... so this is very friendly to giants. It's also very friendly to witches and swarmlings, because this means that witches and swarmlings are getting a lot more leech. Witches probably want to secure the single spade so that they get onto D9. They actually kind of need D9 to make this town, like, efficiently now. Halflings not being on temp ship and having the fastest round is good news for us. Like, they're not going to get so much leech that they take another power action or anything at this point. I suspect that witches are going to just dig this hex now. But it's not clear, because if they do come over here and build D4, right, which they will, I won't stop them from doing that, then they can't temple for the air spade. On the other hand, yeah, that's the long and short of it. So, like, things are not perfectly peachy in Witch's Land, which is part of the reason why I stopped bidding on them. It's just, like, very tough decisions all around. They just temple. Okay. I did not see that coming. And they did not see that coming either. They no longer see that coming. They're just building. Okay. They don't want to give leech just yet. That's understandable. Giants just go for the stronghold. We approve of that. I think that we'll just... So what are we going to do here? Giants are not going to take... They're not going to take the priest, right? They're not going to take the priest. They have like a bridge hex. They have regular stuff to do. So like the two actions that remain that I'm interested in here are the priest and the single spade. We could just take one of them. Because I think that giants might not want the priest. So if we just take the single spade now, there's a chance that we get this priest back. But I think that we're even more interested in the priest than we are in the... I think we might need to secure this spot. There is a world where witches go 3-power priest, even 5-power priest. I don't... No. There's no world where the witches go 5-power priest here. I think that we can take this. And if they do, we just send 2 priests to the air track. It's not our, like, ideal, but it's fine. There's an extremely unimpressive Earth one. Alright, we're going to spend our next 2 actions just... Are we taking Earth 1? I think that there's a case. Yeah, there's no way halflings should get another action. Okay, witches want to temple air 2 and get the single spade and have a massive, massive first round. So I think that what we're doing is we're going to transform this hex to blue. Though, do we need to do that? Do we actually need to do that? Are we getting too distracted by this green hex here? Giants just do the expected thing. I think that we might be getting too distracted by this hex here. Like, that shouldn't matter that much. If witches go stronghold, then we might need to take it more seriously, but I think until then, we're okay. This is important. Okay, so now our witch is securing the single spade. I can just cult dig it? I can't cult dig D9, right? I can cult dig D11. Yeah, witches can't stronghold come over here and then get D11, so this part here will be fine. My biggest concern, like, I should not be so focused on witches here, right? Like, what I'm more concerned about is getting these 2 hexes, so that's more important. I'm going to secure my cult position, and then I'm going to try to pass... Yeah, witches are on temp ship. But, like, this hex doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, right? So witches are going to temple for Earth 1, which is hilariously lame. I guess they're trying... I don't know why they're stalling. I guess they're... Witches outstalling my temp ship would be a bit of an annoyance. Halflings are going to get 5 power. 5 more leech. So they should end this round at, like... They should begin next round with 8 power. Or 9 power. So they can't take double spade. They want those Earth 1 points. They absolutely do want those Earth 1 points. That said, this is going to work out for them. Or so far it seems to be working out for them quite well. Okay. Witches have 1, 2, 3 more actions. I have 3 more actions as well. So I should be able to get on, like, they shouldn't be able to take a power action unless they take Air 2, which, if they do, then maybe I just take Air 2? Or if they do, then I take coins, maybe, rather. Oh, I am giving them some power here. That's annoying. Yeah, maybe they are just trying to stall me. So if I take this is fine, right? I should still be able to take double spade next round. However, witches might beat me to double spade, but at this point they should care a lot more about coins than about double spade. What's important to me right here is just making sure that I pass in front of witches, or after witches, so that I get onto the temp ship tile. Giants could double spade. It wouldn't be that bad for them. They're a little short on coins, so I don't love double spade for them, but they can do it, which makes me displeased. I guess witches can also double spade, though I don't see why they would do it. They desperately need coins. Is there a case for trying to... I'm not sure that there's a case for trying to like go Earth 2 and then Sanctuary Dwelling next round. I don't think that I'm in a good enough position. I think I need to more focus on securing my town space. They take a power tile. Okay. Definitely seems to indicate that they're trying to go for coins. Yeah, they're trying to go for coins. They don't care that much about spades. We, on the other hand, desperately care about spades. So this is the green cult dig spot. They can always hard dig F5 if that's what they really want. Oh yeah, witches absolutely don't want double dig here. They have like, they could do like F5, H6, but it's very bad. Casual temple 5 dwellings for witches with an econ favor and extra cult dig. Yeah, witches look very, very strong here. I think that could have gone a lot worse for witches if I had dug this or something. They are probably gonna be able to force out of town down here because giants haven't come down south. They're gonna get this neighbor, so it looks like 1, 2, 3 towns. Yeah, it does look like 3 towns for witches with 2 bridges. And the fact that they have that spade is troublesome for us. Halflings will begin with a priest to earth. Yeah, halflings will go priest to earth. The question is really what giants are going to do. I think going coins and priest is the right play, but it's not. Okay, they do take the coins. Witches might just go priest to water, honestly, now that they've lost the best power action. Yeah, they do. Cool. That makes life a lot easier for us. This is what we really wanted here. After this, I think we go priest to fire. We try to take the workers if we can, and then we build A8 if we can. All right, so we've got our needs taken care of now. The rest of the game is just passing. We only need 2 more spades for the rest of the game, which is also pretty nice. I'm like vaguely eyeing whether there's a town down here, but um, like we do have Earth 1. Like there's a world where it makes sense, but who knows? Uh, would giants want the workers? Giants might want the workers, but we can't really focus on that right now, so let's play ball. Halflings, take the spade, baby. Take the spade. You know you want the spade. Could go Sanctuary Earth 2 as well. That'd be funny. The one bad thing about B7 is that this might inspire halflings to build A7 and give witches a neighbor. You think that the witches are building their stronghold. Well, it's a good thing I don't need more green hexes. I think stronghold is likely overkill for witches here. They need a scoring favor. Yeah, you a temple and dwelling. That's what I think as well. I think that's probably the right call for giants here. Bruh. Just take Earth 2. I do agree with that. This is an interesting call because it did look like there was like maybe they just abandoned this structure here now and then like they try to ship off to like find other hexes to build on. Our plans have changed. Now there are secure workers action immediately. However, obviously, giants could take that before us, in which case we still go priest to fire. And I think that we don't have to build this dwelling, right? Priest to fire is better. Okay, they do advance their shipping. Great. That also makes lots of sense. This is kind of tricky for witches, actually, because I feel like witches don't really want giants on getting this town here. This town here is actually very good for giants. I wouldn't have even dared to hope for that, but... Do you really think that stronghold for witches is good here? I don't think it is. Like, it would require all of their stuff. And what does it get them? It gets them like two. Like it's obviously good economy, but do they need help coming to F3? Stronghold for witches seems terrible. Yeah, I kind of think so too. If you open stronghold and then go air 2, that's a lot of economy. But I feel like that's different from going air 2 into a dwelling rush, and then going for. Yeah, agreed. Oh. This could be temple for Earth 1, to be clear. This could still be going for a scoring favor, but it is a great read that this could actually be. Witches can't figure out what they want to do either. I think that the right read could arguably be to secure F5. You kind of like temple Earth 1. Yeah, I like temple Earth 1 as well. I think it's a fine move for them. And arguably it's the correct move. I actually think that Temple Water 1 is better. Or Sanctuary Water 1 even. Like what's wrong with Sanctuary Water 1 secure this hex? Next round they have a Cult Spade coming in and they just like go and do stuff. Oh, sorry, you hate Temple Earth 1 this round. I see. Yeah, I mean like, honestly, all that witches truly care about is taking one more action so that they can stall halflings, right? Like they just want to land on this scoring tile next round. That's all that they should really care about here. And I think that build the Sanctuary is fine. Yeah, I think Sanctuary. Wait, so you don't like a Sanctuary for a scoring favor here? Because like they could take Fire 1, but they don't get any cult rewards from it. I feel like Water 1 is perfectly fine here. Yeah, Sanctuary seems fine. Yeah, I agree. Like, they've set up their economy for good. Yeah, there you go. I arguably should start declining Leech at some point here. Yeah, these workers could go away, so I'm just going to secure them. I'm not going to try to manage power or anything. The one thing that's sad is that I'm not going to get onto the 2 workers tile next round. That part is sad. Temple is off track and more expensive. Yeah, yeah, no, Temple is definitely wrong. Temple's definitely wrong. That's... I don't know how that's going to work out, buddy. You would have considered Sanctuary Fire 1 and then Temple Earth 1, yeah. Oh, man. That's... I don't know if that's a good move for Giants, but it's very bad for Witches. This is very, very bad for Witches. Like, this is... Like, I was saying that they might even hard dig F5, right? Like, I think that there is a case for hard dig F5, build A5, and then just pass for Halflings pass tile, but this is like... This is pretty savage. I don't know that this is very good for Giants, because letting Witches build into you is very good. But now it looks like... I don't even know what's going to happen here. With everyone torpedoing themselves, you like my game. Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing with Fire and Ice. Like, people get vicious here. And this was, I mean, admittedly, like, this could be Giants saying, oh, Witches look like they're running away with it. Let me make a... I got to do something, right? Like, that could be what's happening there. But... Man, Witches, they just pass. I would have at least... I think that that's kind of a tilted move. I would have built a TP there, because I don't think Giants are done. I don't think Giants are passing on to here if you pass. So you probably still get coins, because Halflings, like, entirely blew their power load, digging down this kind of sad hex. And you get the many points. You're going to have many points from this. And, I mean, nonetheless, this is probably fine. They're going to build, like, 3 or 4 TPs and get tons of points, so I don't have to feel bad about Witches. You know what? That's our new motto. We do not pity the Witches. Though, yes, Witches are wondering, like, why F5? An extra town for Witches is a lot. Yeah, I mean... But have they just lost... I mean, to be fair, Halflings are having, like, a nothing game, and it's hard to say how Swarmlings are doing. So maybe it's the correct move. It could be the correct move. Playing Kill the Leader is a huge elo leak. You don't know why people do it. Yeah, I mean... Like, it's Giants, right? Like, Giants... So here's my case for doing this as Giants, right? You can still make a Sanctuary Town right here. You can still do it. And then you can do this town up here. But yes, I agree that it's not good. I don't think... Well, okay, so... Next round, they dig F6, they get to F7, then they have H9. Like, I have to build E7, so this is guaranteed, like, a nice town. Right? That was a real bummer that Giants chose this tile instead of this tile. I feel like this tile could have been a lot of points for me. I do think that it's probably time for us to secure E7. It just feels like it's time. Should I start declining Leech? I think it's time for me to start declining Leech. My plan this round my plan I think is Sanctuary, Dwelling, or like maybe secure this hex. Giants only need 3 digs to secure their 3 towns, right? Giants need F4, this is a sanctuary town, a bridge, and then they need um, F6 and G9. I think that that's perfectly fine. They're in a perfectly fine spot. Um, okay, no one's threatening single dig, so we can wait. I think that the sanctuary for water 1 cannot possibly be wrong. I mean, to be fair, no one's crying for witches, right? Like they can still 3 town, or they can still town here. Like they just need to do a triple dig. Like witches might run out of stuff to do, and like next round they have air 2. They have a bunch of like worker production. They could just blow it for triple dig on F9, F4. But the problem is that they need bridges. Um, You're assuming it's a 2-player game. It's not. I agree. You have multiple opponents. I would say that destructive play is good when, if the amount that you've harmed yourself, right, is less than or equal to like 1/3 of the harm that you've committed to someone else, right? Like if I lose 1 VP and make someone else lose 4 VP, if I can repeatedly do that, then that's like a good trade for me, right? Um, in reality, like it doesn't work like that. Like you don't get to repeatedly iterate that sort of play. However, I think that idea is there, right? The type of player who's willing to do this is usually not good. I would say that that's the most convincing case. That I would say that that's a pretty convincing case, yeah, because generally, I agree with you, right? Like if you're good, you're usually not making plays like that. However, that doesn't mean that the play is bad. You know, like it's kind of like this weird it's this weird space to be in, but like basically it's possible for a bad player to make a good play that a good player wouldn't have made. But it's unusual and it looks weird, and I think that aesthetically, like good players really detest it, but it does happen. Which is going up the air track is kind of annoying to me. Like they can pivot to a tall game, and that would hurt us. That would definitely hurt us. All right, what benefit do we get out of this? I don't think we get any benefit out of this. Okay, so halflings have a bit of a sad presence early, but God, they don't even have any shipping though. Why wouldn't like they pass on to the dwelling VP? But I really think that temp ship might have been good. You think that this play is fine, and that you're commenting on the general philosophy? Yeah, I agree. Like, I actually think that like it's giants, right? Like, are you gonna get on someone's case for using a nomad stronghold to like block someone? Like, it's giants. Like, it's okay. Um, and in this case, like the amount of harm that they cause themselves is pretty little. You know, like they haven't caused themselves much harm at all. So, all right, this does represent time to come over here. We do need to secure our hexes. I mean, I think Giants are winning, right? Is that really controversial? I think Giants are probably actually winning this game currently. Like I'm looking at my position, and it's like not bad. My position's not bad, but I'm not getting any passing points, whereas Giants are getting passing points. They have 2 moves left this round. Um, Arguably, the play for me is to try to stall, maybe. Uh, like I could buy the priest here and then send the priest to air cult to fight witches. Giants probably just build F7 next. So yeah, like they and witches are on the two hexes that I want. So I am pretty tempted to take this priest and stall out. It's just that my econ is so bad. Like I have all these hexes just sitting there open to me. If Giants take F3, they win network. I think Giants already have one network. Yeah, so they're going to get 3 towns in the town round. Like at this point, those towns are probably coming in the town round, right? They've already got the points lead. All right, witches should not pass yet. So Giants should pass, and then hopefully I'll be able to outstall witches, and then I get onto their TP tile. That's my true dream. What round 2 structure could have circumvented the need for shipping? I mean, what also could have circumvented a lot of witches' needs is just hard digging F5, right? Like that could have helped a lot. And to be fair, we don't know that witches aren't going to triple dig one of these hexes. Like this town is not dead, right? It's just that it requires a lot of stuff to happen still. Also, this priest probably goes to Earth, right? Now that I think about it. Stronghold gets some space, we just never get to score. So, okay, I think that at this point, we probably have to accept that we're at least making one town early, right? We're going to make one town early. And I think that town should be the northern town. Or, I mean, that's going to be the northern town, right? And getting the 2-key town does seem pretty important at this point. Whoops. No, this is fine. I was thinking about sending the priest to Earth instead, but honestly, there's no action on the Earth track. I'm not going to beat halflings, so I think that this is fine. All right, so the triple dig is coming. The F3 take means finding an extra dig for Giants. Fatty, I don't know what you mean. Giants are allowed to make a bridge town, right? Giants are totally allowed to make a bridge town. So if they make a bridge town, why do they need an extra hex? Like, unless you're thinking 4 towns for Giants, I don't think they have the economy to go 4 towns, but I mean, there's no way they bridge twice. Why do Giants need to bridge twice? They bridge here, right? Then they make a sanctuary town here, and then they have a 4 hex town here. What am I missing? Here's Earth 1 for witches. Nice take. So yeah, I don't think that I can avoid making an extra town at this point. Um, oh, I've already got 5 priests on the track. Man, this is the awkward part about, like, if even if I take the 2 key town, witches still come up and chase me, right? Yeah, there's no bridge town in the east. You just take G9 and build H9. This is a town here, right? You only need G9 and H9 for a town. They need F4 for a town. I think I will take this leech because it's just kind of helpful. Can I build 3 dwellings with this? Nah. I think I will take this leech because there's a chance that I use this thing here. Is there any chance I'm passing first here? Probably not a huge chance that I'm passing first here. There's the triple dig we knew was coming. Okay, and with that, we're all set. We're going to put a TP on, let's make it D11, just in case we can still somehow squeeze out 3 towns. And we'll move on. Like I'm vaguely eyeing, like there's technically a town down here, right? Um, I don't think I have the economy to go for it, but next round is a shipping round for me if I manage to land on this, and it's also a town round for me if I land on this, or it's also a dwelling round for me if I land on this. So maybe. In any case, I need to use my priests next round, so in fact, like I arguably should have already been doing so. Giants are going for 4 towns, and I don't think that they have the econ for this. I don't know if this will backfire on them, um, but I don't think that this is good. I think that the right move here for me is to pass if I'm allowed. I think that witches should try to beat me to the pass, though. Um, it's a good move by Giants to take that bridge, I think. Giants take a priest, so they're still in the round. Okay. I'm not sure if I should be advancing ship here or just building A10, or if I should just be passing. Fatty, you genuinely think that they'll take G8 and bridge to the east for 3 towns? That definitely seems more likely at this point. Like that, though they didn't have to play it this way, right? But this way does block witches more, which does seem to be on their mind. Now, witches, if they advance their digging, like I don't know if they can find the econ to do so now, but if they advance their digging, they can dig these 2 hexes for a town. Um, but 2 bridges and advancing your digging, I think that might be beyond them at this point. Um, I think it's important to secure our passing points. We don't have a lot of points coming, so it's probably just pretty important to do this. So I mean, you were correct, Fatty. However, I don't think that it was the right move for them. It's like you completely had the correct read on this player, but I disagree with their decision. But obviously, I don't call the shots. You're a pretty good reader, apparently. Yeah, seems so. This second Priest of Fire may have been a mistake. I could have contested air a lot better. Giants have both water 1 and air 1. That's very nice. It looks like they won't need. Looks like they won't need water. What am I even saying? I'm drunk, apparently. They might actually try for 4 towns. Yeah, they could. Um, that would need a crazy amount of economy, but they only need 1 extra dig. So, and they have lots of other towns to give them economy. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, they would need. No, they can't. They can't. That would need 2 double. That would need 2 extra spades. They would need a spade here, and a spade here. Oh wait, no. Sorry. Yes, they would. Right. So the sanctuary town still goes here. This is a 4 hex town. No, but this is the sanctuary town, right? So they need 1, 2, 3, 4 digs to go for 3 towns. Yeah, I think that this is like this F5 is just a regular dig. Then this is still fine. Yeah, this is still fine. Quite interesting that halflings decided to make a TP down here instead of up here, but I guess they weren't really paying that much attention. Obviously, we would prefer to get fire too, and to make multiple towns at the end, but I am willing to see things otherwise. What are the settings? We're just playing on the fire and ice map. We're playing on the fire and ice map with base factions. And it's not random factions. Taking this leech because this can allow me to take the priest and go to 3 ship. Admittedly, this is very annoying. I think that this is... yeah, I think that Giants... The Giants are a winning case is definitely growing stronger. Like, I did need this 2-key town to secure any cults at all. And I have no network. And witches have apparently nothing to do other than fight cults, so... it's not looking good for Team Swarms. I do hope that this speeds up a little, though. We're going to take the priest. We just want to get to 3 ship. That's why we took that leech just now. We just want to get to 3 ship and pass for maximum points. It'll simply allow us to do the most stuff. And it may or may not result in us getting onto halflings pass tile. I guess it looks like that would be handing the pass tile to giants, which is pretty unfortunate. We might get locked out of the pass tile and out of the race for the final towns, which would be pretty sad. I think halflings are finally realizing that they should be upgrading near me instead of near witches and giants. Yeah, I wish that they had done that earlier. Then I could have declined the bigger leech, but whatever. Stronghold does make its appearance. I could hard dig F3 now. Don't know what good that does me. I guess if I hard dig F3 and then I just build G4 converting this to... No, that can't be good. That can't be good. Yeah, that can't possibly be good. But I don't like this stronghold. It really feels like it gives up on this town. Like, I feel like witches had the stuff to go for advancing digging. If that was still on their mind. I don't know what the stronghold really gets them. I guess it gets them a few extra hexes, but it's not really my concern at the moment. And it's on shipping. Yeah, we'll put a TP down on G4 and just see what happens. So we're going to go TP G4, then build A10, and we'll see where we are in the passing order. Wow, witches just pass early. This is... They really want to secure that bridge. That makes sense. By the way, giants have enough power to double spade. They could go for the double spade. And if they get it again next round, then they can go for 4 towns. It's not technically impossible if they take enough coin towns and stuff. Halflings are stalling because they want to get a pass tile, right? That makes sense. I see. Halflings are digging away my hex, which I guess they need to stall, but it doesn't seem great for them considering that they ideally should want that neighbor. I guess they don't care about neighbors at this point. So halflings at this point are probably just going to town early, which I would say somewhat spites themselves because it costs them quite a few points to my eyes, but it's their game. There is no... Okay, there's no actual chance that I can dig through these hexes, is there? I'm just looking at it and there's no actual chance that I can dig through those hexes. Yeah, no, that's not happening. This would be 1, 2, 3, or this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, just to build these. Plus I would need 4 workers for advancing digs. That'll be 15 workers. And then I need 3 workers for fire 2. That'd be 18 workers. I've got 10. I think I'm betting against being able to do that, unfortunately. This could be a... I think I'm beating halflings, but this could be like 3rd place for me. There's no way to close fire before giants. Yeah, no, that's not happening. Agreed. The TP was super strange. I mean, I didn't want to town early. Like I was like vaguely thinking that there might be a chance to make a town here, but which is building the stronghold and getting to F3 is actually very annoying for me. Okay, they've decided to stall again. Fine, they got a pass tile. That's fine. I didn't have the economy regardless. Yeah. No, you're right. I hadn't thought it through. You are totally right. I mean, to be fair, I could still get the coins action. I could totally still get the coins action, right? Like witches need this bridge 100% of the time.
Why are you whispering?
I'm not whispering. Yeah, it looks like now. I mean, witches are gonna take a cult town, right? Like I thought that I agree. I thought that um, giants were going to close fire with like a 5-power priest, but oh, it's on, it's on, it's on. Okay, so 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 power we're getting. Ah, fatty, you don't understand. Luck has nothing to do with it. This is all skill right here. If witches need econ to ship, does that mean I can also temple air 3 and win air? Because I would love to do that too. I mean, witches need econ for ship, but they don't need this much econ just for ship. They arguably need the priest more than they need the coins. Like they could have taken a coin town. Like this is, I guess they're counting on getting a priest town, which admittedly they should get, but um, you think an 8-pointer was defendable for witches? I 100% agree that 8-pointer for witches was good. However, it's probably not a bad thing for witches that this hurts giants. Witches were likely going to lose one of these two cults to me, right? Either water or air. I think that asking for both was kind of a huge ask to begin with. I don't know why giants look low on coins. I guess they're not actually low on coins, right? I'm just trying to figure out who to give leech to, but the answer is obviously I just give leech here. Or should I just temple air 1 and then bump? No, I think the answer is we just close air. I don't know that witches like have the stuff to go temple on me regardless, but now I can't possibly close water, so we can put that out of mind. Because I have the TP pass tile, there's probably a case for me making a manual TP, but at this point the game is pretty much over for me. We're just going to see how many points I wind up getting. Witches need to advance their shipping, I think. We'll see what happens. Giants take a coin town. Doesn't look so good for Giants now that they've only got, what's this, 12 points on the Cults. They've only got one more town coming and only 12 points on the Cults. I don't know. It's not clear whose game this is right now. Halflings suddenly have a lot more points. Should I be a little worried about them? I also kind of regret not templing for Air 1 instead of Air 3 now. Air 1 was very good, and then I could have just templed for Water 3 instead to close Witches, right? Witches would never have been able to close both Air and Water on me. So I do have some regrets. This coin town can't possibly have been correct for Giants, I think. Unless they're going to fight Witches really hard on Network. But I don't think Witches can really fight that hard on Network anymore. For Witches to build 2 TPs right now, that's not easy. 2 TPs and 3 ship for Witches when they need to grab like a Priest or Ship Town or like the Priest Power action. It's like... Nonetheless, I think Giants are still in a good position. They've got a lot of stuff. Thank you. What's going on here? The 11 pointer for Giants. Okay, so Giants are going to advance their ship to build that last dwelling. So that's 7 points in ship advances. They're going to pass for 12. They're going to have like several resource points left over. So like 7 plus 12 is 19. That's 110. 110 plus like, let's say like 2 resource points, maybe 3 resource points. 113, they win Network outright, that's 131. 131 plus 12 on the Cults. 143. I think we might have 143 covered. Halflings need to seal the deal on Earth, though. Really hope they don't fall asleep there. I'm almost tempted to temple Earth 3 to prevent Giants from getting that, but I guess Giants templing for Earth 3 is not an amazing use of their resources. Do I need to worry about Halflings? I don't think I really need to worry about Halflings. They should advance their ship, honestly. Yeah, halflings are gonna have like 14 points in the end game. They're gonna have pretty close to me. They're pretty close, but they're not quite there. Witches made a temple for fire 2, and I wonder what this is about. Are they making this town? Or if they take a power town, that would certainly indicate that they are making this town, but they don't take a power town. Um, they don't take a power town. Okay. Am I coming to TMCon? I cannot come to TMCon. I am. Yeah, I'm not. I'm not coming to TMCon this year. Maybe next year. Um, yeah, I'm expecting the birth of my first kid, like in about a month. So it's probably not a great time to leave home for a full like 4 days or something. So, but I am very excited nonetheless. Get some sleep. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do what I can. Congrats. Thank you. Thank you. I'm very excited. Um, Halflings are getting 3 more points here, so that's 105. They're going to advance their shipping. 109, pass for 9, 118. 118 plus 14 is 132. Okay, we should have halflings comfortably covered. 4-month-old for you too? Yeah, yeah, it's, I don't know how I'm going to handle it, but we'll see. um, Witches can always be annoying. Witches can definitely always be annoying and beat me on water, so the temple there doesn't really make sense. I think that there's play for Temple Earth 3 slash TP. Alright, so how many points do we say Giants were at? Right, Giants have made all their towns now. They've advanced their shipping all the way. So yeah, they've got 3 resource points left over. They can do what they want. I suspect what they want is to Temple Earth 3 and like go up this track, but we'll see. Let's say that they do manage to close this. That's 5 points. Or that would use up all their stuff, right? So 5 is like more than they need. So let's say it's 103, and then they pass for 12. That's 115. They win. They win network outright. 133, and then this would be so 133, 137, 139, 143, 145. And if we have 25 points on the pass at the end, so that should put us ahead of Giants, even if they manage to close this cult. Like, we have 145 plus our resource points currently. I think that we always do this regardless. Oh, that was a mistake. I should have made the temple. Oh well. I think I probably should have templed Earth 3 and then done this. We'll see how halflings respond right now. They advance their shipping. Okay, I mean, now they've left the door open for Giants to take the cult from them, which they probably should do. Wait, are witches even beating halflings on network? What are witches up to? They're certainly not making this town. They haven't advanced on the exchange track at all. So they really just made Fire 2. Well, I guess they took Fire 2 away from Halfling, so that was worth it. And they got 2 points. But honestly, I really dislike this temple for Fire 2. They have Water 1. So they could have just made a TP for Water 1. That's 3 points. This is 2 points. It saves 1 worker, but like theoretically you're going to 3 ship. You have all these free greens to build on, but they're not gonna get to do any of that. Which seems very, very sad to me. I could take this priest. I don't see what good that does me. Yeah, so I guess the good that it does me is that it takes it away from giants. And I can send it to water, where it would kind of be annoying. Oh, you know what I can do? I have 2 resource points right now, right? Why don't I just do... Oh, this is still 2 resource points. It doesn't change anything. I was thinking I could get 2 Earth 1 points, but that's the problem with Swarmlings in Earth 1, right? They're just not like... It's not like that good. And I guess this way, if I get like 2 free, I can't even receive free leech anymore. Maybe if I do this, I can. Maybe. All right, that's it. That's the game. Possible mistake is that I could have taken Earth 3 and then made the TP. But that would still be 2 points overall, right? Even if I block giants off of here, that's only 2 points. So, not convinced that it was a huge deal. Giants... Oh, they could dig down this last dwelling. That can't possibly be as good as Temple for Earth 3 and then close Earth, though. They're comfortably ahead of Witches on network already. Oh man, they actually do it. This is great. This is great stuff. For me. For Witches, what is their best option? I think Witches might be winning that, because this definitely puts Giants behind me. They now have... Okay, so... 107. Win network, 125. Plus 12, 137. We have 22 points. So we have 150. I think Witches might be able to beat 150. That was a horrible dig. They will get second on network. They will just beat Halflings, unfortunately. So they'll advance ship 1 more time. They'll build this, so that will use up... They'll have 1 resource point left over, so that'll be 7 points, 118. Second on network, 130. And then they have 12, 14, 144. Yeah, all right, cool. So, looks like we did it. It wasn't pretty, but we managed it. Oh wait, they don't even beat Halflings on network. They tie Halflings on network, so 141. Halflings get 9 network points, which I need to credit them for. 127, 135. They're still 4th. Not shocking. Like, around 2 or 3 single dig, like using 7 power to turn into a single dig and 1 worker is just not very good. That could have gotten real dicey there, but this fire to 2 cult towns was really lucky for us. So that was definitely a good break. I guess I just take the 11 pointer otherwise. That's still pretty decent, but this also allowed me to close air. And yes, yes, yes. There we go. There we go. Preparing to play an ice faction. I'm not playing a. I'm not playing an ice faction. If witches didn't have to triple dig that town, I probably lose. I totally agree. Giants really helped me out there. Um, that's the thing though, right? Like witches still wound up having quite a good game, um, and yet, like this, it's just it's just a it's a tricky game, right? Like, but that said, like Giants didn't really do anything wrong with this, did they? Like they could have gone, I guess, for like Giants also mismanaged their own game, right? Giants should have won this game. Um, there was a point in this game where I thought Giants were winning, and they took the two key town and then they didn't close fire, so that lost them 4 points right off. And then they pushed to 15 network, but in reality they only needed 14, I think. Um, you think there was a better round six here for witches as well? I agree with that too. Like they like clearly single digging D2 when they had an excess of workers and a shortage of coins, that that didn't lose them the game. They still got like the same number of resource points, but you just know that there was like something that they could have that's not the indication of someone who's playing like a super sound game, you know? And they ended with three extra coins as well, so what's this coin town about? They could have taken the cult town, closed some cults, or they could have just taken a ship town. I guess they got the priest that they needed, but then like a ship town or like more priest towns could have like helped them to fight, maybe defend the air cult or something. Um, this this temple for two looks. I mean, I guess it got them points, but it's like I don't know. Eight VP town is enough. Yeah, I mean, like basically, I think that there were lots of ways where witches beat me here. So I'm very lucky that this I can't close fire. I mean, I take higher scoring. Like the 11 point town is quite good for me, right? Like it's I only got like a little bit of econ from this, so I think that I just take the 11 point town and I'm only 1 point worse. Um, so I don't think that that was like the issue, but there were definitely other issues with Witch's game. Um, yeah, like I have the same cult position on all the other cults, right? If that happens, witches are not going to like try to close both these cults on me. I still managed to win one of these cults. They have tempo on air. Yeah, I agree they have tempo on air, but then don't I have tempo on water? Like if they make moves to close air, they barely had the econ to like do the stuff that they wanted to do. So if they get tempo on air, I probably just maybe close water on them instead. Or I temple for air one, right? Like air one is also good. It's better for them. But I agree, like taking the coin town did not seem good when they ended with three extra coins. It just that just does not seem right to me that they did this. Like it's also unclear like what this TP is even about. Like they ended with a dwelling on their board, so maybe they thought that they were building that last dwelling, but maybe they should have just built more dwellings before they built this TP. You only really need to build a TP at the end when like you're trying to free up dwellings or something. So I mean like there's like lots of like small imprecisions I think that could have gone better. We can take a quick look at the breakdown. I'm sure it's not super interesting. So first off, we paid 14 points for Leech. I don't love that. You think that you could have found a winning line on Witches? I 100% agree. There was definitely a winning line on Witches here. Like even coming down to like hard digging, if they just like straight up hard dig H F5 when they have the chance, like that might be enough to beat me as well, right? Or if they just advance their digging, and then come down here and like make a town, or if they don't build this stronghold, I feel like the stronghold was a little silly. Like if they don't build a stronghold, they might have enough stuff to like yeah just straight up round six. Yeah, round six was like you might be right. You could definitely be right that they had a chance there. But like basically, just like how Giants digging that hex like didn't lose them the game, it's kind of one of those things that's just like you just don't see good players doing that very often. And when you see a player who's like he's not bad, but it's like when a player who's not like elite makes a move like that, you're just like that's not like that doesn't give you a lot of faith in that player. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't give you a lot of faith. And in this case, obviously, like it wound up coming out that way. Um, We got 31 points from favors. Honestly, air 1 would have been as many points. I think taking away Earth 1 from Giants was worth it, but to be fair, they didn't even take their first scoring favor until pretty deep into the game, so um, it's not clear that they would have done that much better with Earth 1. So maybe I was just supposed to take Air 1, which would have also helped me with the Air Cult that got unexpectedly stuffed. Um, we obviously didn't hit the track well, but, we managed to get we got exactly what we said we got, right? We got 9 points off of building TPs in the proper rounds, and we got 10 points from building the town in the proper round. So that was all nice. We got okay passing. We only managed to get on the pass tiles twice, but it was enough, luckily. And yeah, like it's not like my proudest game, but sometimes you don't need your proudest game to just come away with a win. And in a game this messy, like that's what I needed. So just the right breaks. So anyway, thanks everyone for watching. It's been a while. It's nice to get another stream in. So thanks everyone for chatting. Thanks for watching. We'll hopefully see you next time.